Yesterday was a sad day with the news of the passing of Chuck Norris, the legendary Chuck Norris, who I grew up watching as a kid, like so many other Americans. I want to read my favorite story of Chuck Norris, which comes from his book, Against All Odds, which was released in 2004. This is a story about him and Steve McQueen. So, Steve's wife, actress Ally McGraw, invited Steve and me to join her at her exercise class in Beverly Hills. We do a lot of stretching, she said. When we arrived, Shirley Jones and Susan Day, stars of television's The Partridge Family, were already there. Ron Fletcher, the instructor, gave Steve and me a pair of flimsy, skin-tight leotards to wear. One pair was pink and the other was blue, and I grabbed the blue pair. We went into the locker room to change clothes. It would be an understatement to say that we looked ridiculous in those outfits. Moreover, the tight-fitting leotards left nothing to the imagination. Steve looked in the mirror and said, "I'm not going out there looking like this." "Look," I said, "if we just walk out there and act like we've been doing this forever, no one will even notice us." "Okay," Steve said reluctantly. He walked out of the dressing room first, wearing his pink leotard. As soon as he stepped out, I slammed the door behind him and locked it. Steve must have heard the door locking because he returned and began pounding on it, but I refused to let him in. I figured that by the time the girls got tired of looking and laughing at him, they wouldn't pay any attention to me. A few minutes after I heard the laughter subside, I left the dressing room. Steve was sitting on the floor in the studio talking to the women. I casually walked over and sat down next to him. I was right. The only one who even looked at me was Steve, but if looks could kill, I'd have been dead. That is such a good story for obvious reasons, but it really kind of outlines the creative genius, that was Chuck Norris, and he will be missed in this world.